Are we live? Hang on. Wait. Whoa. Are we live right now? Okay. Everybody remain calm. I know. Second day of celebration. Crazy announcements. Crazy stuff. Thrawn is confirmed. We'll get into all of it. A bunch of crazy stuff going on. We'll get into all of it. Remain calm. Smash a like on this video. What are you waiting for? Just smash the gosh darn like button. Okay. What's up, Star Wars fans? It is Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars, of course. We're going to talk about all of it. Star Wars Celebration is still going crazy. In the second day of Star Wars Celebration, it's still going crazy. And there's still 2 days left. We're halfway through Star Wars Celebration, and we got a crazy amount of announcements so far. And I still think there's a lot more to come, and we'll go over all of it. We'll predict what we think is still going to come. We'll start to predict what is going to happen in the next week of The Mandalorian, because I've heard some crazy stuff, like some really crazy stuff about what could happen in the next episode. And we'll just talk about a lot of other cool stuff. Some cool stuff. Okay? Some cool stuff. And we'll talk about the Star Wars fan base as a whole, because here's my goal with this channel. You know, people talk about, oh, what's your goal with this channel? Why are you even doing a channel, huh? What's the whole thing with this channel, huh? There's too much negativity in this Star Wars fan base. After all these amazing announcements at Star Wars Celebration, after all this crazy fun stuff that's happening in Star Wars Celebration, there's still some Star Wars fans, and not even Star Wars fans. They can't even call themselves Star Wars fans. They're Star Wars haters going around the internet still hating all over Star Wars. So we're just going to crap on those people for a while, because that's what we do. You know, that's what we do. What's up, swagger like us? What's up, Honey Badger? What's up, Mr. Sean? 2,000. This live stream is the way. You're the way. Can't wait to see what is coming next. Yeah, we still got 2 more days of this. Honey Badger says, me either. Kind of hoping for a timeline of release graphic like Marvel does. Oh, so there is a timeline. We will pull that up in a little bit. This timeline will blow your freaking mind off. It shows brand new time periods in Star Wars, and it is canon. Yes, there is really a time thing that is already there. They announced it yesterday, maybe this morning. It's all jambling together. So much Star Wars in the last 24 hours. So much Star Wars. Let's start with the timeline. Let's start with the timeline then. Just because Mr. Sean said so, let's start with the timeline. Timeline for, I didn't have it pulled up. Sorry. Star Wars Celebration. The timeline, okay? Here it is. Well, that doesn't help. Hang on. Gotta zoom out a little bit. Here we go. All right, let me pull this up right here. Now, if you guys have yet to see this, this will blow your freaking mind off. Okay? Let me zoom in a little bit on the screen here. Zoom. Hang on. Better. Don't want the search bar. There we go. I can even zoom in a little bit. Boom, perfect. Okay. So it's a little bit blurry, but it is a picture that wasn't released to the public. This was like just straight from people's other things. So of course you have the High Republic, which of course is the new time period that they're making books in. Phase 3 was just announced today. But you have the Fall of the Jedi, which goes into the Reign of the Empire, which is again the prequel trilogy. Then this is in between the prequels and the original trilogy. The Age of Rebellion is the original trilogy. The New Republic is the Mando timeline. The Rise of the First Order is the sequel trilogy. And then this new Jedi Order is going to be 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker. That is going to be Rey Skywalker. We're just going to refer to her as Rey from now on, okay? Is that okay with everybody? Is that okay with you guys? Rey, okay? Is that okay? Rey. So that is going to be Rey's new Jedi Order. But there's 2 new things. Well, that is new. 3 new things. There's 2 new things before the High Republic, and that is the Old Republic and the Dawn of the Jedi. So we talked about the 3 movies that were announced yesterday. One of which being that Rey New Jedi Order movie, the other one being Dave Filoni's Mandalorian movie, but the third of which being James Mangold, who directed Logan, who's going to be directing this Indiana Jones movie. He's directing a Dawn of the Jedi movie, the origins of the Jedi, the first force-wielding people in the galaxy, discovering the Force, that kind of stuff, getting the first ever lightsaber, that kind of stuff. He's making that movie, which is insane. It's 25,000 years before A New Hope. And it starts a whole new spot in Star Wars that, again, is 25,000 years and can have endless amounts of stories. But also, they didn't just add that to the timeline. They didn't just add the Dawn of the Jedi because he was making a movie. They added the Old Republic as well. And this is absolutely mind-blowing. This is so crazy that not only did they add this Dawn of the Jedi, but they added the Old Republic as well, because nothing has been canonized in the Old Republic yet. Nothing. Other than maybe a few characters in a novel here or there, or just whatever. In that Knights of the Old Republic was supposed to canonize the Knights of the Old Republic, but it hasn't been made yet. But the Old Republic is on the timeline now, which is absolutely insane. Hopefully sometime soon we'll get an Old Republic project announced, maybe even at this celebration, we don't know. But as of right now, this is the timeline. Now, this timeline jumps all over the place. This is 25,000 years before A New Hope. This is A New Hope. And, like, from the fall of the Jedi all the way to the rise of the First Order is only about 40-ish years. And then, again, from the fall of the Jedi back to the Dawn of the Jedi is 25,000 years. So it's a very... This timeline looks like it's a very... evenly spaced out. It's not evenly spaced out at all, but it is at least a timeline. It's a timeline that we see of the important events, let's say, that have happened in the Star Wars galaxy. So yeah, that is awesome. Finally got a timeline actually for you there. And Mr. Sean, you're welcome. That's the timeline for the Star Wars galaxy, which is insanity. Mr. Sean says, but like for the movie releases and with the shows, okay, that is an insane timeline that would have so many different things on it. But yes, I do believe we'll get something like that. He says, yeah, I saw that, but I meant a graphic that shows the shows and the movies with a release schedule. Good luck with that. That's going to be a lot of projects and a lot of release dates that does not exist. At least that I know of, that does not exist. Honey Badger says, I also have the image of short hair Sabine in the armor, in her armor, and Thrawn. I'm gonna send them to the Discord. I have the picture of Thrawn ready to be pulled up, but short-haired Sabine would be great if you'd send that over. Oh no, he did not. Never mind. Send them to the Discord. So yeah, that's going to be very, very exciting. But let's talk about the Ahsoka show, okay? We got the trailer for the Ahsoka show yesterday. Should we watch it? Should we watch it? Should we watch it? We'll save this Ahsoka show trailer till later. The Ahsoka show trailer that we had to have an emergency stream for yesterday was absolutely bonkers. Like, absolutely insane. So freaking good. It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing, okay? And it was so ridiculously good. You had Inquisitors, you had dark side orange lightsabers, you had the first live-action appearance of Chopper, the first live-action appearance of Harrison Dula, first live-action appearance of Sabine and Grand Admiral Thrawn. But you only saw the back of Grand Admiral Thrawn's head. Now today, at Star Wars Celebration, there was another trailer at the Ahsoka panel. There was another trailer shown to the people there, not released to the public, but they got to see Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Grand Admiral Thrawn came out onto stage, and it was Larrs Mikkleson. So we've been predicting who's going to play Thrawn, who could it possibly be, and we pretty much knew that it was Larrs Mikkleson this entire time, but Larrs Mikkleson would be like, oh no, it's not me, they haven't given me the call yet, blah blah blue, and there would be a new article every couple months saying, oh, Larrs Mikkleson is not going to be Thrawn, and we were like, yeah, this is a whole lot of hoopla, we know it's going to be Larrs Mikkleson. But it's been confirmed, Larrs Mikkleson will be your Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that is going to be awesome. Awesome. Mr. Sean says, can't wait to see more of Chopper. I want Chopper Adventure Series. Well, that's not going to happen, but Chopper is the best. He's definitely a top 3 droid for sure. He's just a lot of fun in Star Wars Rebels. He's the kind of get into trouble type kid, and he's going to be fun to be brought into live action. He's a droid with arms. How much better does it get than that, honestly? Let's be real. Derpy Entertainment says, this Star Wars celebration is epic. And hey, guess what, Derpy? It's not even halfway over. Or, well, it is halfway over now. It's halfway over. There's still 2 more days. Now, tomorrow's going to be Easter. And I don't know if you guys celebrate Easter. And even if you don't, I'm sure you're going to eat a feast like I am. I'm actually going to feast like 3 times. But it's going to probably be a slower news day, at least from me. I'm going to probably be tweeting about all the announcements, putting them on my Instagram story, and of course, probably posting on the Discord. There is a link to a Discord in the description below, to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join that. We talk about all this announcements, all that fun stuff. But, of course, we'll be still going over all the announcements, but tomorrow's going to be a slower day because in fact, it is a freaking national holiday. So who knows why Star Wars Celebration is this weekend, but we're over it. We got great news. Who cares? And then we still have Monday. Monday's going to be even some more announcements, which is just as exciting. Derpy Entertainment says, I want Star Wars Visions Volume 2. Well, that will be Monday. Monday is the animated show stuff. They'll be doing a panel on The Bad Batch, probably announcing a Bad Batch Season 3, and they will be announcing Star Wars Visions Volume 2 as well. That will be Monday. Monday. All right, let's talk about this Ahsoka trailer, okay? This one that they saw today. The one that they saw today at Star Wars Celebration. So we didn't get to see it, of course, but there is a description of it, okay? Now let me read it. Okay, here we go. Extended Ahsoka trailer reveals new information. Grand Admiral Thrawn was revealed in full, played by Larrs Mikkleson, and he looks very similar to his Rebels design. Now, I have a picture of Larrs right here. It is a very, 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 very blurry picture, okay? It's very blurry. But this is what we get. So it's obviously extremely blurry, but you get the gist. You get the gist. He looks like Thrawn. He's wearing the white suit. He's got the blue face. He's got the red eyes. He looks like Thrawn. He's Larrs Mikkleson, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Obviously, this is a very, 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 very blurry picture. but it is Thrawn nonetheless. It is Thrawn nonetheless, and it's very exciting. And it's Larrs Mikkleson. Okay. Also, they got to see that Sabine has been shown wielding the green lightsaber that Ezra gave to her. Wielding the green lightsaber, and she is facing off against the apprentice of Balin, the corrupted Jedi, Shin. Shin Hati is what they say here. So Shin is the apprentice to the guy with the gray beard in the trailer, and she is fighting Sabine, and Sabine is wielding the green lightsaber from Ezra. Sabine is also shown on a speeder racing down the iconic road that leads to Lothal. So everybody who's seen Star Wars Rebels knows what I'm talking about. That really long, like, highway type thing that goes through the fields to Ezra's house almost. That is the road that she is driving down in this trailer that was shown to the people there. The trailer also concludes with Ahsoka and Sabine. Sabine now with the short hair, because we remember in the trailer she has long hair the entire time, flying towards a large Purgle, which is kind of crazy. They're flying towards a Purgle. Why would they be doing that except to go to the new freaking beyond? Because now Sabine has her short hair, and that can actually happen. We've talked about this before. The Ahsoka show is going to have 2 separate time periods. There's going to be a time jump in the middle of the season. And it was confirmed also today that it will be 8 episodes. So it'll be 4 episodes, time jump, 4 episodes. So it's going to be 4 episodes with Ahsoka in the gray robes, 4 episodes with Sabine having long hair, 4 episodes with them in the Star Wars galaxy. And then the other 4 episodes will be a time jump with Ahsoka in the white robes, with Sabine having short hair, them being in the new beyond. So it's going to be a noticeable, obvious time jump, and they will show it by what the characters are wearing, how Sabine's hair is, and it'll be a very noticeable time jump. But that is the new information that we got from the Ahsoka trailer that was shown to the people there. Thrawn has been confirmed. Larrs, Mikkleson. Sabine is using Ezra's green lightsaber versus Shin, which is wild because Shin is supposed to be a Force user and Sabine is, of course, not. So that's going to be insane. Sabine is riding down the iconic road on Lothal, and of course we see Ahsoka and Sabine riding towards a Purrgil. It's some wild stuff. Wild stuff. Abso-fruitly wild. Let me save that maybe, if that works. Here we go. So I just got this image. Boom, boom. There we go. Here's Sabine standing in front of the mural. Thank you, Honey Badger. This is Sabine standing in front of the mural that we saw at the end of Star Wars Rebels. And this is Sabine with the short hair, of course. This looks like when she's about to go off with Ahsoka, probably to the New Beyond. You got the Loth Wolves, you got Kanan, you got Hera, you got Zeb, you got Sabine, you got Ezra, you got Chopper, and all that fun stuff. But this is in live action, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this freaking show. I know you guys can't wait as well. And of course, we just keep getting more and more news with the Ahsoka panel being today. Trailer. I want the trailer. Derpy, you want to watch the trailer? Should we watch the trailer? You guys want to watch the trailer? Do you want to watch the trailer? All right, fine. We'll watch the trailer. We'll watch the trailer. Fine. We'll watch the trailer. I can't get enough of this trailer, so why not? Why not? By the way, it's at 8.1 million views just on the Star Wars page itself. That's crazy. So no volume, of course, copyright stuff. We don't want to get copyright. Ahsoka says something is coming. So this is obviously a Jedi temple, a destroyed one at least. She's walking down. She forces the lightsabers. Can't get enough of this scene. So cool. And then, of course, if we pause it back there, World Between Worlds. You can see on the walls right there. Boom, 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 boom. She's going into this Jedi temple to go into the World Between Worlds, okay? It's going to be wild. You know what, Derpy? I'm just now realizing that you wanted a trailer for Star Wars Visions Volume 2. And I honestly don't care because we're going to watch this trailer anyway. Ahsoka in that Jedi Temple, the red Lucasfilm. So first look at Sabine in live action with the long hair. She's looking at her helmet. Anybody find any Easter eggs in the background here? This is obviously Ezra's house. So he's got all those clone trooper helmets in the background still. A Loth cat, Sabine. Of course, these are the droids from Morgan Elsbeth's character. They're working for Thrawn technically, but not actually directly to Thrawn. An awesome lightsaber duel. Then you have the Phantom 2 with Harrison Dula piloting it, with Chopper on it, chasing some weird ship that we think or believe that could be creating another ship that could be taking them to the New Beyond. Harrison Dula, Baylan. First look at Baylan. This is Shin, so this will be the one that Sabine is fighting with the green lightsaber. She's fighting some New Republic people this summer. So this is not the same scene from the Star Wars Rebels epilogue. I know everybody's saying that it is. It's not. She's got the long hair here, and then we will see Ahsoka in a minute, and she is wearing the gray robes. So this is a completely different scene. This scene is going to happen twice, it seems. But yeah, this is not the same scene. See, gray robes. This is Lothal still. This is the same ship she just arrived in. Gray robes, long hair, not the same scene. Ahsoka's all business. All business. You got Mon Mothma here as a hologram. Pretty cool. Heir to the Empire, Thrawn. So that's Lars Mikkleson, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. Heir to the Empire. Morgan Elsbeth on her cool ship that probably takes them to the New Beyond. And then this looks like the World Between Worlds. Honestly, we've talked about this, the glowing stuff in the background. It looks like they're in the World Between Worlds right this very second. This is Baylan. Baylan's going to be awesome. I mean, look at him. He looks so cool. His armor, he's got the armor on. He just looks like a badass. Okay? But he's awesome. And then we talked about this. This is an orange lightsaber. People are like, oh no, it's just the CGI. They'll make it more red. It's supposed to be orange. It's an orange lightsaber. We'll see an Inquisitor later in this trailer, which again is still inexplainable as of right now, unless it's a flashback. But the Inquisitor's lightsaber is clearly red, like absolutely red, and Balin's is orange. It's wild. Harrison Dula talking to some people. This awesome fight scene. There's going to be a ton of lightsaber duels in this show. So yeah, even this, like that bolt right there is red. This is orange. Clearly two different colors. Well, my head is kind of blocking that that laser, but you know what I mean. You get this hallway scene. All right, this is the only look we've gotten at Jabba the Hutt. Ezra Bridger. Jabba the Hutt. Lando Calrissian. Jabba the Hutt. The only look we've gotten at Jabba. And he looks great. He's slimmed down a bit. Then you got the Inquisitor, which we were talking about earlier. Clearly a red lightsaber. It's not orange. It's clearly red. Why is she fighting the 8th brother? We don't know yet. What a trailer. This trailer, dude, I could watch this on repeat for hours, but we won't. We'll keep moving on. That comes out in August. 4 months away. The countdown begins. Derpy Entertainment says, hey, I'm all for this idea of a Ahsoka trailer, but I want a Visions trailer. Yeah, I know. I figured that when I was like a minute into the thing, but whatever. Honey Badger says, I found it. Check the Discord. It's orange. I called it. Check the Discord. Okay, let me check the Discord. Calm down. Let me see. 8th brother confirmed. Okay. And then this is another look at Sabine. Yeah, no, we're good. We got that. Do you guys want to see this look at Sabine? Let's look at it. Sabine's gonna be a fan favorite character for sure. She already is, but she'll be even. What the heck? She'll be even more of a fan favorite character. What the heck? There we go. This is Sabine with the short hair. This image got leaked, of course. Why wouldn't it? But so she's clearly got the short hair. We just watched the trailer where she has the long hair almost through the entire trailer. But it's very, very cool that she has the short hair there. Very, 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 very cool. Now, what was weird about the panel for the Ahsoka show today was that the girl who is playing young Ahsoka was also there, and they confirmed that she is playing young Ahsoka. Now, I forget what her name is. It's like Ivani or something like that. But there will be a younger version of Ahsoka, confirming all the rumors that there will be World Between World young Ahsoka scenes where Ahsoka's fighting Anakin Skywalker on Mustafar, where Ahsoka's trying to save Ezra by killing Grand Admiral Thrawn before they escape to the New Beyond. The World Between Worlds rumors, all the leaks and rumors about the World Between Worlds is all true, all of it. So it's wild. It's wild. Star Wars Stu, what is up? I finally joined the Discord. Let's go. There's definitely going to be a time jump. Yes, so there is going to be a time jump in the show, but I honestly think that the younger Ahsoka is actually going to just be for the World Between Worlds scenes. She's not going to be the first Ahsoka for the first half of the season. It's going to be Rosario Dawson going into the World Between Worlds, and then we'll see some scenes of the younger Ahsoka, but it's still going to be Rosario Dawson for the majority of the entirety of this, whatever. Honey Badger says, you didn't see my 8th brother picture. It's wild. It's actually him. No, I saw that. Yeah, so it is the 8th brother. It's confirmed that that's the 8th brother that Ahsoka is fighting in that trailer, which is wild. Or flashbacks too, Star Wars Stu says. I don't think there'll be flashbacks in this show as much as they'll just be the World Between Worlds. And she'll go into the World Between Worlds and maybe see some flashbacks in there, but she'll also go in to try to change events that happened in the past. All right, I want to show you guys this really, really quick before we get too off topic and I completely forget about it. So this is where the Star Wars fandom is at right now. And this is Barstool. Anybody follow Barstool Sports? Anybody? Anybody? Honey Badger says Anakin's rumored to be in the Ahsoka show. Clone Wars Anakin and Mustafar Anakin. Yeah, exactly. So that will hopefully be very cool if we do get to see Hayden Christensen in his Clone Wars costume. Yes, sign me up. So Barstool Sports posted this. So they're not even a Star Wars fan like account or anything. This is just how people view Star Wars at this point in time. Ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? I don't know how to make this bigger, so it's just going to be this big, okay? It says Daisy Ridley will return and reprise her role as Rey Skywalker, and Star Wars fans hate it. So let's see what we think.
Star Wars Celebration 2023 was Friday morning.
Why did that not play?
Star Wars Celebration 2023 was Friday. They announced all the new...
Now it doesn't want to play, guys. My volume's all the way up.
Star Wars Celebration 2023 was Friday.
I'll give you the gist then. What the heck? Why is that not going to play?
Star Wars Celebration 2023 was Friday. They announced all the new information for the...
Whatever. So the gist of it is that he's saying that all these Star Wars fans have been fighting online about how we don't want Daisy Ridley back. We don't want Rey back in Star Wars. And I've seen this all over Twitter for sure. There's been a lot of hate around the announcement that there's going to be a sequel trilogy. Okay? Now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that this is the worst thing ever? Are we upset that Daisy Ridley is coming back? Or are we smart? Well, then I just called everybody else who doesn't believe that dumb. But you are, okay? Or do you think that maybe Lucasfilm, just maybe, Lucasfilm has learned their lesson and is going to try to correct all the wrongdoings they did with the character of Rey and the character of Finn and Poe and hopefully all of them, and actually give them a crazy good story in this post-sequel trilogy time period? What do we think? Honey Badger says her name is Rey Palpatine. For the love of everything holy. Hang on, I gotta shout that in all caps. Hang on 1 second. Her name is Rey Palpatine. For the love of everything holy. Exactly. She's the daughter of a clone of Palpatine. Exactly. Star Wars 2 says, I know, I want that too, but I also want Anakin to visit Ahsoka as a Force ghost. Wouldn't that give her some closure? Probably would, yes, indeed. I thought Luke should have got a project on his Jedi Order before Rey's Jedi Order. I still believe you might get a Luke, Leia, and Han short series of films on Disney Plus before the weekend is over. I still believe that for sure. I definitely... blah, 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 blah. Zap says, the normies don't care. The normies don't care about what? Star Wars 2 says, if they somehow redeem the character, then anything is possible. Here's my thing, okay? The sequels were the sequels. They're done with. They're over. Everybody wants to retcon them. Everybody loves them. Who cares? However you feel about the sequel trilogy, and I've said it a million times on stream, it's about 1.5 years. So it's about one bad year in Star Wars. If you like them, if you hate them, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So here's the thing. The people who don't think that further explanation on characters is a good idea are just trying to annoy us. And that's kind of my goal on this channel. If I see somebody doing something along those lines, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm going to talk back in the comment section and be like, hey, guess what? You're stupid. And have a great rest of your day. You know? Zap says, nah, those people are just loud people in the minority. You skipped this. Oh, my bad. I did? Okay. Those people are just loud in the minority. I agree with you that they are the minority, but they're definitely a lot of them. And they are the number one problem with the Star Wars fan base right now. We can't get anything good. Like, we get a great announcement. We get the Ahsoka trailer. 3 Star Wars movies. And again, the Rey sequel movie is the one that I am least excited for, but at the same time, just because it's my least excited movie doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. I am ridiculously excited for it. Like, that movie is the next Star Wars movie. It's the first Star Wars movie in 6 years, and I'm going to watch the hell out of it. And it's going to be great. I believe it will actually be great. But the problem with the fandom is that a lot of people might actually not go see this. Like, it might not make a lot of money, or it might not be successful just because there's a huge portion of this fan base that is just crapping on it. Not the movie, the Star Wars fandom in general. And it's a big, big problem. Honey Badger says, the only thing that sucks is that Anakin in canon and comics and legends never returns as a Force ghost, and not even for Luke. He only did one time to save Luke's life and then disappeared again. But that's something that could be explored more. I think if they explained that Anakin's Force ghost couldn't appear for some specific reason, like he's oh, I'm completely blanking on it. What the hell's that planet in the Clone Wars? Mortis. He's on Mortis, fulfilling his role as the chosen one, as the father, being the balance between the light and dark of the Force. And maybe that's where he is, and that would explain why he can only come in and interfere in the galaxy when it's needed the most, and when it has something to do with just the balance of the Force. So maybe if the dark side is becoming too strong and there's no more light side, he has to interfere, or something along those lines. They could definitely make Anakin's character come back in a big way. Zap says, there are more normies than those people, and hang on. There are more normies than those people, the loud people. There are more normies. That is very true. There are a ton of normie Star Wars fans, but I'm talking about like hardcore Star Wars fans. Like, there are people like us that are in this chat right now that just enjoying Star Wars, right? We enjoy the awesome announcements. We enjoy even like when we have a bad episode of The Mandalorian, we're like, okay, we can get through this. We can actually survive as a fandom, and it's not the end of the world. But then again, there are some people that are like, everything is garbage. When Luke Skywalker shows up at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, it sucks. When this, that, and the other thing, they have everything to complain about for zero reason at all. They always find something to complain about, and that's a big, big problem. Zap says, but Disney listens to those loud people, and that's the problem. Exactly. If there are these people that are screaming louder than everybody else, then that's the people that Disney is hearing. Those are the people that the other normies are hearing. The people like us that can decipher between the idiocy of those people yelling and what is actually the case, the hype stuff that is going on in Star Wars right now, the exciting time it is to be a Star Wars fan right now. Not all people can decipher between all of that stuff. Not all people are as crazy, sweaty Star Wars fans as we are, which we are. Don't deny it. But most normie fans aren't going to see it that way. They're going to see that people are crapping all over this movie, and maybe, hey, I shouldn't go see this movie. And Star Wars is going to suffer from that. Honey Badger says, whoa, chill. Anakin is the father. Luke and Leia past episode 9. What? Anakin is the new father. And when Luke and Leia pass in episode 8 and 9, what if they join Anakin and we see them again in Daisy's new movie, and will explain why she is a Skywalker father, son, daughter. Huh. That would be kind of crazy. If this movie has anything to do with the Mortis gods and Anakin's even remotely close to that, that would be wild. Zap says, normies bring in more money for Disney, and that's what I meant. Yeah, exactly. We are like 5% of hardcore of the hardcore fans. It's very true. We are a slim portion of the Disney sales. Like the majority of sales and merchandise and viewers are normal fans. That's why The Mandalorian's so successful, because of Baby Yoda, because of Grogu. Most people know him as Baby Yoda. Even now that he has a name, and he's had a name for over 2 years, people still call him Baby Yoda because they're normie fans. They don't know that he's actually not Yoda. A lot of people don't even know when The Mandalorian takes place in the timeline. There's a lot going on in the Star Wars fandom. But here's where I think we can send a message. Do you guys want to know where I think we can send a message? Here's where I think we can send a message to Lucasfilm, telling them that some stuff actually works. And when it works real well, and you have fans there to back you up. Now, here's the thing. I'm a small channel. I know I'm a small channel. I only got like 5 people watching right now. Here's the thing. I think we can actually make a big statement to Lucasfilm this month. Okay? Let me leave it on that, take a sip of my cup, and you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. So, not only is Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order, coming out the end of this month, but there's something else being released at the end of this month. And no, it's not the Young Jedi Adventures. It is the 40th anniversary of The Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi is coming to the movie screen again. Okay? On April 28th, the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is coming to theaters. All right? Now, and I say if, it's only coming to theaters from April 28th until May the 4th. It's only in there for 1 week. Here's the thing. If this movie absolutely explodes, and I know many of us are going to go see it. I'm going to go see it multiple times. There's nothing better than going to see Star Wars in the movie theaters. And I'm sure most of you guys are going to say, I have Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus. Why do I have to go to the theater? Why do I have to go pay when I literally have Disney Plus? Here's the thing. We could send a direct message to Lucasfilm, to Disney, to whoever the hell you want to send it to, and say, look, Star Wars fans love great Star Wars. And here's great Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, coming out on the movie screen, on the movie theaters, on your screen, in the movies, right here, on April 28th. We can all go watch it a bajillion times. Send a message to Lucasfilm saying, look, this movie was only out for a week, and it made $300 million, whatever the number is. Like, if it makes an absurd amount of money, Lucasfilm is going to be like, hold up, wait a minute. We could have been doing this the entire time? You mean people like the legendary characters that George Lucas created 40 years ago? Whoa. Wait. Star Wars should be in the movie theaters again? If you want to send a direct message to Lucasfilm, I urge you very desperately to go watch this movie and watch it multiple times when it comes into the movie theater, because I know we're a small channel, but hear me out. We could send a message big time that Star Wars is not dead. Star Wars is only on the rise, and these next 3 movies that are released, the Rey sequel one, the Dave Filoni Mando one, and the Dawn of the Jedi, could be billion-dollar movies, could be record-shattering movies, because it's Star Wars and this fan base is enormous. It's enormous. And here's the thing. We're just a small portion size of the fandom, but from what I'm gathering is Star Wars Celebration is a great 2 days so far, because there's 4 days, there's 2 days left. A great 2 days so far for the Star Wars fandom. There's thousands of Star Wars fans in London right now at Star Wars Celebration, but there's millions of Star Wars fans at home that love Star Wars, that can't wait for the next Star Wars project. But there's also a bunch of Star Wars fans that say, look, what you've done so far, Disney, is like a little shaky, and we don't want to go watch your next project. But if we can send a message with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, I urge you to go watch the movie in the theaters, because I will definitely be there myself. Zap says, dang, first time I'm hearing about this. That's the thing. We got to spread the message and spread it large and spread it fast, because this is the end of this month. They're re-releasing it into the movie theaters. And again, like you're saying, Zap, not many people know about this. Not many people know about it, so we got to spread the word. Zap says, you go to the theater for the experience, people. I wasn't even born when this came out, so I will definitely go. Exactly. I wasn't born either. So I'm definitely going. Experiencing Star Wars in the movie theater is a completely different experience. And that is very, very exciting. Honey Badger says, no way. I didn't know Return of the Jedi was coming back. Let's freaking go. Exactly. Nobody knows about this, which is kind of sad in a way because Lucasfilm should be, I mean, this could make millions upon millions of dollars if they play their cards right, but nobody knows about it right now. Nobody knows that the freaking Return of the Jedi is coming back to theaters in a few short weeks. Star Wars Stu says, I can't wait for season 2 of the Tales of the Jedi. Perfect. That was where I was going after this. So the next topic we can talk about, thank you Star Wars Stu, is Tales of the Jedi season 2. So Tales of the Jedi season 2 has been announced. It has been announced. Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Now, here's the thing, right? Tales of the Jedi is awesome, okay? It's awesome. The first season was amazing. Obviously, Dooku and obviously Ahsoka were very, very cool characters to see be fleshed out a lot more in the Tales of the Jedi. But in a second season, who would you like to see in Tales of the Jedi Season 2? Let's say they're going to stay around the same premise of it exploring 2 Jedi. Who are the 2 Jedi that you would like to see explored in Tales of the Jedi? Now this, we've rumored that they might come out with a Tales of the Sith or a Tales of the Bounty Hunter or something along those lines, but who would the 2 Jedi, what 2 Jedi, I'll rephrase, what 2 Jedi would you like to see in Tales of the Jedi Season 2? What would you like to see? Star Wars Sue says they should make more stuff about Luke and his time with Ben. So you're talking about him in his Jedi Temple. I do believe that we will be getting that announcement at some point this weekend about the Luke, Leia, and Han show. It is a kind of far-fetched announcement that I really hope comes true, but I do really, really hope we get some more time with Luke and Ben Solo at his Jedi Temple. I agree with you, Star Wars, too. Honey Badger says, Disney Lucas sucks at putting information out. Also, all of the reasons I think Mando Season 3 is performing in the way it is. It's very true. They have very badly struggled recently to talk about their projects. Like, The Last Jedi had some of the greatest marketing of all time. You could not turn on your TV without seeing a Last Jedi ad. They could be running so many ads for, like, the new Mandalorian season. Like, a lot of people didn't even know the new Mandalorian season was coming out. That's how bad it has been publicized. Like, people in my chat, in my small-ass channel, in my chat, were coming in, sweaty Star Wars nerds that didn't even know the Mandalorian Season 3 was coming out right now. Which is crazy because Lucasfilm has been so bad about giving ads around or doing anything of that sort. Yeah. So I definitely do believe that Lucasfilm needs to really step up their game when it comes to ads and actually talking about the projects that are being released. Honey Badger says, I'm also hyped for Tales of the Jedi Season 2. What if we see Ben Solo? Ben Solo would be a very, very cool Jedi to explore, because then you would get that Luke and Ben stuff in the Jedi Temple, and it would be in animation, and it would also lead maybe into even more animated stuff in that time. Like, you could have a Luke and Ben animated show that would be them exploring the galaxy, them at the Jedi Temple, and other stuff along those lines. Florida Sucks says Tales of the Jedi 2. Oh my God. Yeah, who do you think will be the 2 Jedi that they will explore? Star Wars 2 says Luke and Revan. So here's the thing with Darth Revan. I think they will stay away from Darth Revan until they make some sort of show about him or a movie that involves him. Darth Revan or even Jedi Revan, they could definitely make a Tales of the Jedi about him, but I doubt that's the first way that they will bring him into canon. I really do hope that Darth Revan comes into canon very, 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 very soon, but I don't think it will be in a Tales of the Jedi. But Luke definitely. If it's him, even if it's Luke, like in between the time of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, because there's a few year gap there where he becomes a Jedi Knight. We could see him craft his lightsaber. We could see how he gets his green lightsaber and all the other adventures that lead him to become a Jedi Knight because he goes to a Jedi temple and all this other stuff. We could see that with Luke Skywalker in A Tales of the Jedi, which would be awesome, and I'm sure Dave Filoni would love to explore that as well. And let's be honest, it's Dave Filoni. How likely do you think it's going to be that he does Plo Koon? Just because he knows that a lot of fans love Plo Koon. As Florida Sucks says, I want to see something about Plo Koon. Yeah, Dave Filoni loves Plo Koon, so I would not doubt that we see that as well. And hey, this is completely off topic, and we do this all the time on stream, but I'm going off topic again. We had a stream a few weeks ago, okay? Most of the streams, I was looking at the analytics, most of the streams have about 100 to 200 chats, which is crazy. It's crazy. You guys are the best for hanging out, chatting in the chat, all that fun stuff. But we had a stream a few weeks ago that had 409 chats. Okay, so don't go crazy and start spamming random shit in the chat because I'll have to put you in a timeout. But I would love to break that record. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I like to interact with you guys anyway. So it was a longer stream. It was like a 2-hour stream. So you know. Honey Badger says Ben Solo in Tar Vizsla. Tar Vizsla is a possibility. Although it is a very big time gap back to Tar Vizsla, there has been a lot of talk about Tar Vizsla in The Mandalorian and in the Clone Wars, and Dave Filoni, of course, loves that character as well, and it would be very cool to see that. Tar Vizsla would be very, very cool. And Ben Solo, of course, we talked about would be awesome. Star Wars 2 says, I agree, I want to see Tar Vizsla as well. Exactly. Kyle for president, if I said that wrong, correct me please. Kyle for president says Star Wars has been bad since Rebels ended. You're wrong. Okay. Have you ever heard of this show called The Mandalorian? Or Tales of the Jedi? Granted, the rest of the stuff probably hasn't been better than Rebels, but those two kind of stick out to me. Swagger Like Us says Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Nakada del Gorma. Oh, Yoda's Master. Yoda's Master. So Yoda's Master is the reason that Yoda speaks the way he does. And this would be hundreds of years before Phantom Menace, of course. But I really, really doubt it will be Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Maybe Tales of the Jedi Season 497, but definitely not Season 2. Honey Badger says, whoa, Cal, have you heard of Tales of the Jedi or Bad Batch or Mandalorian? Yeah, exactly. I think he's just been living under a rock for a few years. Star Wars 2 says, I disagree. Star Wars has been amazing is amazing right now, and we are getting spoiled with all the games and shows. It's true. We seem to be some spoiled Star Wars fans up here, you know? Spoiled Star Wars fans. Florida Sucks says, I want to see something about Plo Koon. Yeah, we talked about that. I could definitely see Plo Koon being in this second season just because how much Dave Filoni loves him, and Dave Filoni's, of course, the man in charge. Call for President says, Mando is like a 5 or 6. Tales is not really canon. Well, it is. Okay. Sure. Tell us how you really feel. Tales is canon. Yeah, exactly. Honey Badger says, Mando is definitely an 8 to 9, and Tales is 1000% canon. Yeah. 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 Call for President. I got it. Swagger Like Us says, I think that Andor Season 1 and Season 2 and Ahsoka are the paradigm shift. Hang on, cut off. Getting the franchise back on track. Hopefully Skeleton Crew and Acolyte follow suit. Okay, well, Andor, you're completely off, but, there's some people who love Andor. Some people who love Andor. I am one person who likes Andor. It's not the greatest thing. It's not bad. It's good. But yeah, no, we're back on track. We're back on track. The freaking Mandalorian's unbelievable. I know the last episode was a bit of a downer, and not a lot of people are a bit down on it, but it's still a fantastic freaking show. The Ahsoka show is going to blow freaking minds, as we saw by that trailer. And of course, you'd like Andor Cal. Of course. And of course, Florida sucks. We got a really heavy Andor crowd in here tonight. But yeah, Skeleton Crew and Acolyte, I really do hope are going to follow suit. Hey, with that being said, Acolyte got a new what the hell's the word I'm looking for? A new poster, a new logo. It's kind of the word I was looking for, I think. Acolyte got a new logo. You guys want to see the Acolyte logo? Acolyte. Boom. So with the Ahsoka show logo that we were originally shown, it had the World Between Worlds right behind it, and we really didn't put two and two together for a long time. But it's obvious that the Acolyte show is doing kind of the same thing right here. Now, I don't know what these two overlapping circles that are different colors are, of course. Maybe it's the light and the dark, maybe it's the Sith and the Jedi, something along those lines, but maybe it's also a bigger meaning. Not sure yet. I'm sure more will come when we get a trailer. By the way, there was a trailer released to the people at Star Wars Celebration for this, and I've heard it was wild. I got some friends at Star Wars Celebration. They said it was unbelievable. Like, a lot of Jedi, all wielding lightsabers, Wookiee Jedi, human Jedi, crazy stuff. And there's a High Republic character, I think her name's like, I forget, we'll look at it in a second, but a High Republic character from the books that has been confirmed and was in the trailer for the Acolyte show. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Call for president says, let's see the history of the Bendu. Bendu is pretty cool. Bendu is very, very cool. We heard that it was Bendu Day in The Mandalorian season 3, but yeah, the Bendu, I don't know if we'll ever see the Bendu again. You never know with Dave. Dave's a guy. He's a guy. But he's a guy who would bring back the Bendu for sure. Star Wars 2 said, imagine young Yoda episode. That would be epic. Ooh, Tales of the Jedi young Yoda? That would be pretty cool. And we already saw like a younger Yaddle. A young Yoda would be cool. That would be cool. Not gonna lie. Call for President says, okay, I didn't know that Tales was canon. I own that. Andor seems okay. I did start that recently. Okay. Valid. Florida Sucks says, I'm a simp. I'm an Andor simp. Yeah, we know. We know, Florida. We know you're an Andor simp. Jesus. Honey Badger says, I watched Rogue One and actually loved it. Yeah, as most of us did, but haven't seen Andor and probably won't even watch season 2. I need lightsabers, Jedi, and the Force in my Star Wars, and if not, then give me clones like the Bad Batch. Hey, Honey Badger, we don't say that around these people, okay? The Andor people will rip you to shreds. Star Wars isn't Force and Jedi, okay? Okay? Did I say it right? Did I do it? Did I do the thing? Okay. Are we good? Please leave. Okay, thank you. Please. Get on out of here. Yeah, no. Please go away. Go away. Thank you. We need lightsabers and Jedi and fun, cool Force stuff in Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is. Don't listen to the other guy that made me say that. Okay? Okay. 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 Zap says, why can't Disney market stuff correctly? Why do we have to see grainy images of Thrawn? Well, that's different. They could be putting out 4K images of Thrawn. I just don't get it. Well, that's a little bit different. They're really bad at advertising stuff, like their new shows and all that stuff, but keeping Thrawn a secret and making people at Star Wars Celebration exclusively see him, at least we got a Ahsoka trailer. At least we got an Ahsoka trailer, okay? And that is exciting. Seeing the Ahsoka trailer was cool enough. We got the back of Thrawn's head, but they want to keep the whole Thrawn thing a secret. We know that Larrs is Thrawn, but the fact that in a few months they're going to release another trailer where we actually see Thrawn, and everybody's going to be like, okay, that's awesome. They need to have some stuff in the back to keep people getting excited further and further down the line as we get closer and closer to the show. But yeah. Florida Sucks says Andor is eternal. Maybe eternally garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I like Andor. We're just messing around. Honey Badger says maybe we'll see Balin's Dark Jedi from Ahsoka in the Acolyte, since both appear to have a world between worlds. I don't think the Acolyte's going to have world between worlds so much so, but Balin is supposed to be a Jedi that survived Order 66, so I doubt he'd be alive during the Acolyte show, but maybe we'll see him in an Order 66 flashback of some sort or something like that. Florida Sucks says, off with the Andor haters' heads. Okay. Everybody calm down. The Andor show sucks. We know. Just like Florida, Andor sucks. Honey Badger says, I'll give Andor a chance. Don't do it. Swagger Like Us says, Tales of the Jedi Season 2, Jedi Master. Wow. You're really pulling out the deep cuts. An Old Republic Zabrak species. Jedi. Yeah, they're not going to do that. Swagger Like Us, I'm sorry. They're not going to go deep cut like that. They're going to do a Jedi that people know, like Ahsoka or like Count Dooku. It'll probably be like Yoda and Plo Koon or Kit Fisto or Quinlan Voss or Luke in between Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, or Ben Solo before the sequel trilogy. Something along those lines. Honey Badger says, my head is protected by Beskar. Ooh, yes, let's go. Call for President says, so what do y'all figure the path of the dark side is? Dark Saber is? You mean from here on out? I think Bo-Katan's going to have it for a while until she dies, and then I think Grogu's going to take it. And I think that's going to be Grogu's lightsaber forever. Until he dies, at least, but who knows who's going to be after him. But I think Grogu will lead the Mandalorians for the rest of time, at least for the rest of his time, which is a long, long time. Honey Badger says it's Bo-Katan's. That's all. No, it won't be. It'll be Grogu's at some point. And he says, what about Sabine? Well, Sabine doesn't want the Darksaber. She's got Ezra's green lightsaber right now, but maybe she gives that back to Ezra, and then maybe she needs another lightsaber. Who knows? She's not really a Force wielder either, and Grogu is, so... Honey Badger says, don't get me started on the Darksaber drama. Makes me mad. Hey, it makes us happy. I hope Sabine kills Bo and takes it. Jeez, I thought we liked Bo-Katan. What happened to this? Bo-Katan was becoming a fan favorite character. What happened? Swagger Like Us says, Mike, I love the Star Wars deep cuts. I do too, man. I believe Mandalorian was popular because of the culture and lore. Never was depicted in the main saga. Yeah, no, I completely agree. The deep cut stuff from The Mandalorian and deep cut stuff from Star Wars in general is very, very cool. But with a show like Tales of the Jedi, where they want more people to come watch it, it's going to be more noticeable Jedi. And the fact that like a lot of these Jedi that you're mentioning haven't even been brought into canon yet. Some of them, at least, like from the Old Republic and stuff, they haven't been brought into canon yet. So when we go to the Old Republic and start to be introduced to those characters, maybe then we'll get some Tales of the Jedi. Like I said, Tales of the Jedi season 497, you know? Zap says, good cups follow orders. That good cup is about to be coming out because this is probably my last sip from this cup. Dun dun! I love when there's somebody new in the chat and I bring out this big ass cup and they're like, oh my God, that's a huge cup. And I'm like, yeah, good cups follow orders. And then I drink the whole thing and then I got to pee by the end of the stream. Florida Sucks says, the girl playing Sabine is so hot. I just saw her on Instagram. See, I've been getting this a lot, okay? Why were you guys not saying this when the two Hutt twins came in the Book of Boba Fett? Like, come on. What are we talking about here? Do we even know what hot is? Swagger Like Us says, Mike, I'd rather have a deep cut than a new Rey film. No disrespect to Daisy Ridley, she's great. No, I get what you mean. Deep cut would be cool, but we are going there. We're getting a Dawn of the Jedi movie in a few years. Dawn of the Jedi movie in a few years. A whole new cast of Jedi. It's crazy stuff. Honey Badger says, I loved Bo-Katan until the recent episode made me sad. I still love Bo-Katan. I mean, that recent episode made me love Bo-Katan even more. Well, the way she kicked Axe Wolf's ass, I mean, come on. Epic. I wanted Bo-Katan to have the Darksaber this entire time. Din Djarin doesn't even wield the thing. At least Bo-Katan will use it. Swagger Like Us says, Day 3 announcement predictions. All right, what do we think is going to be announced tomorrow at Star Wars Celebration? What do we think is going to be announced tomorrow? Should we go over what the panels are tomorrow? Because maybe that will help. Let's do that. What are the panels for tomorrow? Let's see. Panels for tomorrow. Let me find it. Hang on. Remain calm. Nope. Hang on. Hang on. Everybody remain calm. So, here we go. Sunday. Oh, these are the interviews. So, Sunday they'll be interviewing the girl who played Tara in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. They'll be interviewing Ian McDiarmid at 12:30 p.m. I think that's London time, I'd guess, so early in the morning. Ian McDiarmid, I might wake up early to actually watch that interview. Ian McDiarmid's going to be awesome. He, of course, plays Palpatine. Then they're interviewing Captain Phasma, Gwendolyn Christie, after Ian McDiarmid. Then Warwick, who, of course, plays an Ewok, because Return of the Jedi's 40th anniversary, and his two kids, who play Ewoks now in Rise of Skywalker. They had a brief scene. Ewan McGregor is in the afternoon, the interview, and Ashley Eckstein. Wow, that's a lineup for tomorrow's interviews. That's awesome. So yeah, some great interviews tomorrow if you want to watch those. But let me find the panel thing first. Hang on. Where is this panel thing? Oh, here we go. Bear with me here. That's Friday, that's Saturday. Did you guys watch any of that Clone Wars Clone Wars 15-year anniversary panel? Dave Filoni told the funniest story. So Sunday has a look back at Obi-Wan, so that's why they're interviewing Ewan and Ian McDiarmid and all those people. And then a Lucasfilm Publishing Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away panel. So I'm guessing you might get some cool announcements at those panels. That we have an announcement today. Ready? Announcement time. Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 is not happening. It has been confirmed by the Kathleen Kennedy herself. Kenobi Season 2 is not happening. Now, she made it like open-ended, like, oh, maybe we'll come back to that someday. But no, it's not happening. It's never going to happen. They ended it in a way with the rematch of the century, where there can't be another rematch of the century, because then they would have to wait a whole nother century. So thank God for that. No Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. Okay? No Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2. Star Wars 2 says, I don't mind Bo having it at all. But, like, why have Mando take it for no reason then? That's true. And then the reason how Bo-Katan is able to get it is so weird. She's beating the cyborg thing that's barely even human. Yeah, it's a whole weird story, and we don't really care anymore. It's over and done with. Honestly, let's move on. Bo-Katan has the Darksaber. It's what we wanted in the first place. We didn't want her to kill Din anyway, so this is the way around it, okay? This is the way around it, okay? Good cops follow orders, okay? At least somebody will wield it. Star Wars 2 follows up and says, they should talk about what happened with Eclipse. Star Wars Eclipse, yeah. I really hope that game is still being developed, because that looked unbelievable from the trailer. But you never know. Well, we could get an announcement about that, maybe. Honey Badger says, okay, let me change that law. I still like Bo, of course. She kicked Axe Wolf's butt. but I hate how she got the saber on a technicality, and that's why I'm upset. But I also really wanted Din to wield it. Yeah, but he never did. He used it like 4 times, and when he did, he was like, it's so heavy. That was a great Din Djarin impression, by the way. But he would never wield it because it was too heavy for him to wield. Now Bo-Katan is actually going to wield it, and it's going to be awesome. I really hope she uses it like 1,000 times in these last 2 episodes. Honey Badger says, my man Din is getting all the toys taken and blown up. It's not fair. Yeah, exactly. First his rifle thing that disintegrated people, and his Razor Crest got blown up at the same time. And now he's losing the Darksaber that he so desperately wanted. Right? Honey Badger follows up and says, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were both at Celebration today signing autographs. Yeah. Maybe they both will return on what? Both return what? Both return their memberships to the Star Wars convention. No. Yeah, though they were there today signing autographs and stuff, and Ewan's going to be interviewed tomorrow. Swagger Like Us says, I loved the Clone Wars 15th anniversary panel. Pure awesomeness. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Seeing Dave Filoni explain how he got the job for the Clone Wars was hilarious. He gets a call. He was working on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they were like, you want to work on the Clone Wars? And he was like, well, that was already made. He was talking about the original Clone Wars animated show in 2003. It was pretty funny. And then the rest of the story was funny as well, but I'm not going to go over the whole entire story. Star Wars 2 says, I agree with that. The way Bo-Katan got the Darksaber was dumb. Yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb, but okay. We get it. It was dumb, okay? It was dumb. Florida Sucks says, thank God Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 is not happening. Yeah, it is really a good thing that that's not happening. A lot of fans did not want to see a second season of that. And again, no thanks. But I still believe that we will look back at the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and we will only see the good things. We will see the rematch of the century. We will see the young Leia scenes with Obi-Wan, because those were really, really good. We won't think about the trench coat or the terrible writing and all that other stuff in Reva. And yeah, we don't need to talk about that. When we look back at the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, we'll think about the good things. Star Wars 2 says, I mean, that's probably because they couldn't have a season of Obi-Wan Kenobi being a hermit minding Luke. It's true. You can't just have a second season of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show where Obi-Wan is just sitting there doing nothing. There has to be a plot to the show. Star Wars 2 follows up and says, they missed out on having Luke teach him how to wield a lightsaber. How to wield it. What? They missed out on having Luke teach him how to wield it. You completely lost me there. Wield what? What are you talking about? Honey Badger says, okay, but Bo has had a lot of practice with it, and Din literally has had it for 2 years. I feel like he will be getting it back one day. Yeah, no, definitely not. He will never be getting that Darksaber back. First of all, because he doesn't want it. Second of all, because he can't wield it. And third of all, because who cares? Like, Din Djarin is not that guy. He's not that guy. Maybe he'll tame a Mythosaur and ride that instead, which would be awesome. Imagine him on a Mythosaur, Boba on the Rancor, best bros riding into the sunset, both on their giant creatures. That would be way better than a Darksaber, let's be real. Swagger Like Us says, wish Kenobi focused on Qui-Gon Jinn training Ben to commune as a Force ghost. Vader at his peak hunting Jedi and no Reva. Well, yeah, of course you could rewrite the Obi-Wan Kenobi show to make it a lot better. But yeah. It was a missed opportunity. The way they pulled it all together with the rematch of the century was at least good. But yeah, it was a very missed opportunity, that Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Star Wars 2 says, I think Tim will get it back. Nope. And Bo just used the Mythosaur, and Din has then passed it on to Grogu and doesn't have to lose it in combat. But here's the thing. I think that Bo's going to keep the Darksaber because she can wield it, and Din Djarin is going to get the Mythosaur because he can ride it because of Grogu and his connection with Grogu. And then Din and Bo are going to get it on and become one in the Force, and and then Bo-Katan is going to be Grogu's new mom, and then she's going to pass it down to Grogu. Family show. That's it. Okay. Honey Badger says, I like that. Maybe since Din and Grogu are a clan of 2, there's a shared rule where Din can pass it down to Grogu without a trial by combat. Or they become a clan of 3, thanks to Bo-Katan. Think about it. Star Wars 2 says, teach Mando how to wield the Darksaber like Kanan taught Sabine. That is possible. Maybe Bo's like, hey, look, take this. I will teach you. But I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Honey Badger says, hey, Din is that guy. I bet Bo sees Mando as the rightful ruler of Mandalore and will lose it in a trial by combat and teach him combat to him, and or match Din and beat and Din just beats her for it. He wields his he held his own against Ahsoka so he can beat Bo. He fought Ahsoka for like 4 milliseconds when he was just saying, please don't kill me. Like, he didn't actually hold his own against Ahsoka, but I get where you're coming from. I know. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He is a guy, but he's not going to be the Darksaber wielding, force using person that we want him to be. That's not him. It's not Din Djarin. It's not him. Maybe he'll ride a Mythosaur. Maybe he'll ride a Mythosaur with his best bro Boba. What about Boba Fett? So people at Star Wars Celebration, they got to see the next episode, or at least some of the next episode, for The Mandalorian Season 3. They got to see Episode 7. And from what I hear, this next episode is going to blow minds. It's going to be very, very good. It's going to get be back on track, but it's also going to tie all this together, and it's going to be finally something like actually going on, which I am led to believe is Moff Gideon on Mandalore, or Moff Gideon being in the show, them going to Mandalore and all this stuff finally playing out, the show finally getting somewhere. A lot of people think it's just been stalling since episode 2, and it kind of has. But yeah, I believe that it will get somewhere in this next episode and lead into a very, very exciting finale. But Boba will probably be involved. And the fact that Sabine was so heavily involved in that Ahsoka trailer, Sabine could show up in The Mandalorian. You never know. Star Wars 2 says, Din is that guy. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, maybe he is that guy. Okay. Maybe he is the guy. But he's not the guy. Man, Dan will be him. Just watch. Hashtag stop the hate on Din. I'm not hating on Din, okay? I love the guy. He's great. I have a poster of him right there. You guys just can't see it. It's not on the camera. Should I pull up my Din poster? You ready for the Din poster? Dun-dun! And actually, I have a poster above me. You guys can't see it either. I can't grab that. It's freaking nailed to the ceiling. I got a Din poster up there, too. Din is the GOAT, okay? We know this. He is the Mandalorian. I'm just saying, he's not going to wield the Darksaber, okay? He's not doing it. Not doing it. Swagger Like Us says, Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Okay, he's still on this. Kanan as a Padawan. Interesting. Maybe. That could be a possibility. Because, like, it could be him after Order 66. Oh, imagine a Kanan Tales of the Jedi after Order 66, after his master is dead, how he survives. Because he's just a kid. How he gets introduced to Hera and the other rebels. Holy crap, Swagger Like Us. That should be it. Kanan Jarrus, from the time after Order 66, meeting the rebels, that would be perfect. Honey Badger says, Boba is old and soft. Or Boba is an old softie. Wish he could be Din Djarin. Yeah, no, Boba is old. We know this. And he is getting to be a softie. But Din Djarin is still a badass. We know. Star Wars 2 says, exactly. He's old now. He's not as ruthless. What can they do with him now? I don't know. Maybe he can help out his good pal Din Djarin retake his planet of Mandalore. I don't know. I do believe that Boba's going to die in this Mando movie that Dave Filoni's creating, just because it'll be a poetic death. It will be something of a sacrifice, like a Tony Stark dying in Endgame type thing, because Boba Fett has been through it, man. He's been in a Sarlacc pit. He's been dragged across the desert. He's been through it, and he's kind of gone on this arc. And his arc is, like you're saying, what can they do with him now? What is his arc? What his arc come to an end? We will see. We will see. Honey Badger says, Din is the goat. Din the goat Djarin is greater than Boba. Soft. Barely held his own against a raggedy old Cad Bane. Din is the Mandalorian. He is the Mandalorian. I'm not arguing with you. I get that I said Din's not that guy a few times, but I was over exaggerating. Okay, I take it back. He is that guy. He's that guy. Din Djarin is that guy. Din Djarin is that guy. He's the guy. Give him the Darksaber. Give him the Mythazar. Give him the Rancor. Boot Boba Fett out the door. Boot Bo-Katan out the door. Din is that guy. Din is that guy. Happy? Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Happy now? Din is that guy. Star Wars 2 says Prime Boba beats Din though. Agreed. Prime Boba, yeah. Prime Boba beats Din. But has Din reached his prime yet? That's a good question. It's a good question. Swagger Like Us says that would be cool. It would be cool. Kanan? Oh, yeah, man. That would be sick. We're having two different conversations here, but I know what you're talking about. So, Honey Badger says Din beat the Mudhorn, a sand snake, a big bird, Moff Gideon. Wait, what? A big bird, Moff Gideon, and a water gator. Boba lost to a Sarlacc pit. I don't think that was his fault. And he technically beat the Sarlacc pit, okay? He crawled out of it, and then he came back and destroyed it later. Hang on, let's dissect that. Din Djarin did not beat the Mudhorn. Grogu saved his ass. You're wrong there. A sand snake. Okay, that the what the hell's that called? The sand snake in the Mandalorian season 2. What's it called? Completely blanking on it. Somebody, please. Chat. Come on, help me out here. I'm rambling here. What is the freaking snake called? This is so sad. I should know this. Crate Dragon. Ha, I did it before any of you could even tell me. I'm a genius. The Crate Dragon. He did beat the Crate Dragon, and that was badass. A big bird. Oh, he didn't beat the big bird. He just made it drop the kid, and then he tied its wing, and then it got eaten by a bigger fish. That's a technicality. That's like Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber. Technicality. He did beat Moff Gideon, I'll give you that. In the Water Gator, he shot with an N1, okay? And he didn't beat it either. It went on to eat the other thing that the big bird that you're talking about. I'm back on the Din Djarin's not that guy train. Back on it. Honey Badger, Star Wars 2 says Grogu beat the Mudhorn. Exactly. Honey Badger says Prime Boba from Legends beats Din Djarin, but Boba we see now loses to Din. Yeah, of course. Honey Badger says Din is that guy. Down with Bo-Katan. Din is that guy. Exactly. Hashtag Din's that guy. Hashtag Din's that guy. Can we go onto Star Wars official Instagram or Twitter or something and just spam hashtag Din is that guy under their recent post or something? Honey Badger says, okay, Fennec Shand helped Boba kill the Sarlacc. So, Din better than Bo. Okay, but all the lists that you gave me, Din beat one of them. No, Mike, the Clan of Two beats the Mudhorn, and all of those were dubs for Din. Man, Boba lost to the Sarlacc. Okay, fine. You got me there. guys want to hear something crazy? You want to hear something crazy? Hera Syndulla. You know Hera Syndulla? Do you guys know Hera Syndulla? Do we know Hera Syndulla? Hera? Do you want to see something crazy? Want to see something crazy? Do you guys want to see something crazy? Crazy? You guys want to see something crazy? Want to see something crazy? You ready for this? I don't think you guys are ready for this. Are you guys ready for this? This right here, Hera Syndulla, live action Hera Syndulla, ready? Is married to Ewan McGregor. Or sorry, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Did you know that? You know that? Bet you didn't know that. Obi-Wan and Hera Syndulla are married. Star Wars canon confirmed. 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 But in all seriousness, Ewan McGregor and the girl who plays Hera Syndulla are married in real life. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. I think her name is Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Winstead. They are married. What a couple. They should get married in the real Star Wars canon. Except Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. But you know, a man can dream. A man can dream. Thought that was just a cool thing. Honey Badger says, no way. Call the Jedi Order. That's illegal. Well, yeah, too bad. It happened. It happened. So I Like Us, still on this Tales of the Jedi thing, says Tales of the Bounty Hunter special event short film featuring IG-88, Forlum, Zuckuss, Cad Bane, Boba Fett, Dengar, Embo, Dirge, hired by Maul during the Crimson Dawn tenure. That would be cool, but that's pretty much just the description of the War of the Bounty Hunters comic run. That's what you're describing right there. But yeah, no, that would be cool. It would be cool. Cool. What else we got for Star Wars news? What else we got for Star Wars news today? Ahsoka Season 1 episode count has been confirmed. By the way, Ahsoka's going to be multiple seasons. Let's go. According to Collider, in an interview with Ray Stevenson, who's going to be playing Baylan, he says that there will be 8 episodes of the Ahsoka show, which is kind of wild. So The Mandalorian Season 1 had 8. The Mandalorian Season 2 had 8. The Mandalorian Season 3 will have 8. The Ahsoka show has 8. 8 seems to be the magic number, but the Book of Boba Fett was only 7. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show was only 6. And the Andor show was 12. The Andor show was 12. But the Ahsoka show is confirmed to be 8 episodes, which is cool. And multiple seasons. Yes, sir. Multiple seasons. Zap says, KK saying Rogue Squadrons as a TV show. Thoughts? I saw that going around. Really? I did not see that actually at all. Wow, that would be crazy actually. If Rogue Squadron was turned into a TV show instead, it would make more sense. Because honestly, Star Wars in movie form has to be a big event film. It can't just be some offshoot story. That was the problem with Solo. Although I thought Solo was pretty good, Solo, it needs to be a big story. Like even Rogue One, it's the getting the plans of the Death Star and the rebellion, and you even had Vader and Krennic and Tarkin in there. Like some really cool stuff was involved in Rogue One. But if you have a film, it has to be like a new Jedi Order that's raised, or a Mandalorian all coming together film, or a Dawn of the Jedi type thing. Rogue Squadrons, it wouldn't have been it. So yeah, I think it would be a way better idea to turn it into a TV show, for sure. Star Wars 2 says, is it going to be multiple seasons, the Ahsoka show? Yeah. Yeah. And then he says, why on earth did Andor go for 12 episodes though? Honestly, I don't know. I could have told you this whole story of the Andor show in about 2.5 episodes. 2.5. Not 2, not 3, 2.5. Yeah, the Andor show really just lagged for a while. Really. Zap says, Bespin Bulletin, I saw that on. They had someone on the convention floor. Well, yeah, I have no reason to not believe you. And maybe Kathleen did say something along those lines. But like I said, it would be very smart of them to turn Rogue Squadrons into a show, because I feel like nobody would go watch that movie. Of course, all of us would, because it's a Star Wars film. But yeah, no. Florida Suck says it had 12 episodes because it was amazing. It was too amazing, to only have 8. Yes. What he said. What he said. Exactly. It was too amazing to only have 6. You're right. You're completely correct. Why would I ever doubt whatever you said? Of course. Of course. Of course, of course. Any other Star Wars news? Hang on. Let's check it out. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Season 2 not happening. How about Lars Mikkleson? Literally lying to us for years now. He said he knew for over 2 years that he was going to be Thrawn. And all the times they asked him, he was like, they haven't called me. I'm not going to be Thrawn. Like, they haven't given me that call. I know he had to lie, obviously contractually obligated to lie. But it's just funny how actors in Hollywood just got to lie to us for years. Just, like, why even bother asking them? What do you think they're going to say? Yes, I am playing that character in that big show that I'm not supposed to tell you about? Like, what? What? I watched the Super Mario Bros. To go completely off topic, I watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie yesterday. Yeah, last night. It's really good. I would recommend. It's just a fun, feel-good movie. Fun and feel-good movie. Well, that's cool. Well, that's kind of cool. Here, we'll talk about this article right here. Why not? Let's do it. Zap says Ahsoka actor did law. Ahsoka actor did what? What? Florida Sucks says Mario was awesome, dude. It was actually really good. I was very surprised at how good it was. If we're being honest, I was surprised. I was impressed. Star Wars releases official new timeline for 9 major movies, shows, and shows eras. Jeez. So here is the breakdown of each era. So first up is Dawn of the Jedi. We saw the timeline early on in the stream, but here is the timeline itself. So Dawn of the Jedi. One of the 2 new Star Wars eras unveiled at the event is the Dawn of the Jedi, taking place more than 25,000 years before the events of The Phantom Menace. It's a time period that focuses on the discovery of the Force in the first Jedi. As a part of the Dawn of the Jedi announcement, a new film is set in the era and was unveiled. Being helmed by Logan, director, by the way, everybody's seen Logan, that movie's unbelievable, James Mangold. The movie will center on the first Jedi to wield the Force, which is absolutely wild. Can't wait for this thing. But and has been described to be a biblical epic set within the Star Wars canon, which is wild. So then you have the next time period. So that's just the first chunk of time that we will be discovering, really going into. The next one is the Old Republic. The Old Republic, it has yet to officially be explored in canon since Disney has purchased it back in 2012. The Old Republic the Old Republic covers the early days of the Jedi and all sorts of storytelling potential. The only known project currently in works in that era is the upcoming Knights of the Old Republic video game remake, but it's unknown if it will or will not be made canon. So it's supposed to be made canon, but who knows if it's even going to be made anymore. So who knows? But then we fast forward. That's the second chunk. So you got the Dawn of the Jedi, the Old Republic, and then the High Republic. So this is being explored in the books right now. The High Republic is next, covering thousands of years during the height of the Jedi reign on the galaxy. This era of Star Wars storytelling has been largely literary so far. However, there has been rumors that a theatrical release film is set in that era. That would be wild. Could be in the works. But nothing has been heard on that front for quite some time. Disney's The Acolyte will be the first live-action project taking place in the High Republic. It will be roughly 100 years before The Phantom Menace. The Fall of the Jedi. So now this is getting into stuff that we know about, you know. The Fall of the Jedi covers the events of the prequel trilogy, showcasing the rise and fall of one Anakin Skywalker, and the ultimate end of the Republic at the end of Revenge of the Sith. While previously this era may have reading English, you know, it's my strong suit. That's why I'm on a live stream, you know. It has been known as the prequel era, or the Clone Wars, of course, because it is the Clone Wars. It has now officially been dubbed the Fall of the Jedi. And honestly, they could be talking about Anakin specifically, but it is the fall of all of the Jedi. The Reign of the Empire. Got a cool look at Vader right there. The Reign of the Empire falls in the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy. So this is when the Bad Batch happens. This is when the Obi-Wan Kenobi show happens. This is when the Andor show happens. This is when Solo happens. This is when Rogue One happens, and all that other stuff. Covering the construction of the Death Star, of course, we saw in Andor. The construction of the Death Star, political turmoil across the galaxy, and eventually the creation of the Rebel Alliance. Notable titles are Rogue One. We talked about that. Age of Rebellions. This is the original trilogy. The Age of the Rebellion is the first era of the Star Wars timeline fans were introduced to back in 1977. This chunk of 4 years, that's it, 4 years. That's it. Covers the Rebel Alliance's battle with the Empire. So it's 4 years. That's it. Like we just talked about the High Republic that was thousands of years. This is only 4. From the first major victory in destroying the Death Star in A New Hope to the dissolution of the Empire in Return of the Jedi, which is coming out in theaters on April 28th. Go watch it. This spot in the timeline may be short, but for many, it was where the love for Star Wars began. So now the New Republic is one of the newer time periods, of course. The New Republic era is what directly precedes the sequel trilogy and the introduction of the First Order. This spot in the Star Wars timeline sees the New Republic come into power with fragmented fractions of the former empire stewing around the galaxy. Fans may know the period this period of time as the Mandoverse, as I always like to call it, with Mandalorian and all these other projects as well. And the New Republic era will culminate in a Dave Filoni recently unveiled Mandoverse crossover movie. Insane. The Rise of the First Order. Covering the sequel trilogy, The Rise of the First Order has an Empire successor come to power on the back of the Snoke, Kylo Ren, and General Hux. While destruction of tyranny are seen throughout this era, while destruction and tyranny are seen throughout this era, it is also a reawakening of the Force and the Jedi with the sequel characters. So the new Jedi Order is what this next movie is going to be about. The second new era of Star Wars storytelling announced at Star Wars Celebration was dubbed the New Jedi Order. So this is most likely going to be the name of the Rey movie. So far, details on this point in time are scarce, but what fans do know is that the first project that will occupy this post-sequel trilogy space will be Charmin's, not even going to try, Star Wars film that will take place during the period, focusing on Daisy Ridley's Rey Palpatine, in her new Star Wars return. With her new Jedi Order. So this is of course, let's make this ginormous. This is the timeline we were talking about earlier. You got all those that we just talked about. So this is very, very cool. Honestly, I mean, a timeline is refreshing, actually gets people excited and in the know. We want to know what's going on with Star Wars. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Honey Badger says hyped for SMB. But wanted to say thanks for the live streams. They've definitely been uplifting. Super Mario Bros. Haven't missed one yet. Honey Badger, you are the best. Don't let anybody ever tell you differently. You are the best. Zap says Ahsoka's actor told us that she was Ahsoka before Lucasfilm did, but we already knew, really. Oh, the young Ahsoka you're talking about, the younger Ahsoka actress. Yeah, you're right. Star Wars 2 says I gotta go because it's pretty late for me. Dub stream, thanks Mike. Yeah, the 8 o'clock streams for some people it's pretty gosh darn late. No, thanks for sticking around. Star Wars 2, you're the best. But I just said Honey Badger's the best. Oh, hang on. I'm contradicting myself. Ah! You're all the best. Okay. Honey Badger says KOTOR era movie. Let's freaking go. Yeah, no. I really hope we get some Old Republic era stuff. We need some Old Republic era stuff. I can't wait. Wait, I thought Mace was the only Jedi who owns a purple kyber crystal. Well, not the only one. The that picture of Vader from Kenobi is heartbreaking. He finally has a seat on the council, but it's by himself. That's true. Sad. No, there's other purple lightsabers though, Honey Badger. Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of any of them. But yeah, in the New Republic especially, there's some purple lightsabers. Mace is not that special. Zap says, talk to you later on the Discord. Got to go eat dinner. Look forward to tomorrow. Yeah, no, definitely. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to get on out of here very soon because it's already been an hour and 40 minutes. Jeepers. Time flies when you talk about Star Wars. Honey Badger says, do you think we'll be getting in episode 10 to 12? 10 to 12 after this slate of movies? Or will the Skywalker saga really end with 9? I think it depends on how good this Rey movie is. If it goes over well with the fans and makes a lot of money, of course, and is a good story and a well thought out story that leads to another movie, then yes, I think they will announce 10, 11, 12. Probably at like next Star Wars Celebration or the one even after that, right before the movie comes out, saying, oh, this is going to actually be a trilogy, so go check it out. It's possible they do that. But as of right now, I don't know. I think it does rely on the success of that movie. But maybe. Swagger Like Us says, Mike, have you ever read Darth Vader Imperial Machine comic? I love that comic. I've read some Darth Vader comics. I'm not familiar with that one, I don't think. Maybe I read it and I just don't remember that it was called Imperial Machine. But yeah, I've read a bunch of the Vader comics. They're really good. Like even the Disney ones that they're making now, there was a 2016 or 17 run that was unbelievable. Like there's so much of the Vader character that we don't see in between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, because we see all, like, he's just that powerful that even in projects like Rebels, you barely see him because he's so powerful that you can't really see him because he would just kick ass. So yeah, no, I definitely want to see more of Vader, but that comic does not ring a bell off the dome. No, it does not. Yeah, so just if you get anything from this live stream, it is go watch this freaking movie that comes out in a few weeks. Go watch it. It hits the theaters April 28th. Go watch it. Let's send a message to Lucasfilm that Star Wars fans are here to stay. They're here. And maybe they should do some more advertising because nobody knew about this, and I didn't even know about this till fairly recently. So yeah, we have to get the message across to Lucasfilm that they're really bad at some stuff, and advertising is definitely one of them. And of course, the freaking Wednesday at 3 a.m. shit's got to go. Honey Badger says, yeah, Vader comics are great. They're a new Marvel Vader comic where Vader and that guy who killed Rey's parents went to Exegol. Yeah, no, OGF Bastoon. OGF Bastoon is, yeah, if you guys want to read a Star Wars book, not that one, hang on. That one, okay. My recommendation is The Shadow of the Sith. It came out last summer. It is canon. It is Lando, it is Luke, it is Ochi of Bastoon right here in the back holding the dagger from Rise of Skywalker. It is a good book. Like a good book, and talks about Exegol, talks about Palpatine's contingency plan, talks about Luke's Jedi Temple, has Ben Solo in it, has Lando in it. It's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend. So I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best for sticking around with me. We will have a stream on Tuesday. We'll have a stream on Thursday, The Mandalorian on Wednesday. And of course, 2 more days of Star Wars Celebration. 2 more days of Star Wars Celebration. Let's go. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. And if I leave you with one thing at all, and I know only the people who have seen the Super Mario Bros. Will get this, but it's peaches, 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 peaches. Okay. See, if you saw the Mario movie, that would make sense. Okay, it would make sense. But if you didn't, then you're really lost. Just go watch the Mario movie, okay, and then watch Return of the Jedi when it comes out in the movies. Okay. Smash like if you haven't yet. Come on, smash like. Hit subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Of yours. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your year. Have a great rest of your lives. And may the force be with you. Always. Peaches, 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 peaches. What a great stream. What a great stream. Star Wars Celebration is halfway done. Still 2 more days. Gonna have a lot of fun with these next 2 days. Hopefully we get that Luke, Leia, and Han. Oh, if that Luke, Leia, and Han trailer. We might have to have another emergency stream if there's a Luke, Leia, and Han trailer. We've had live streams for the last 3 straight days. This has never happened on the channel. Of the last 5 days, we've had 4 of them. We've had live streams. Crazy. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your lives. And have a great rest of your night. Did I say that already? Good night, everybody. Good night.